Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here in the audience today. This week has been a little bit of a roller coaster with Jagex dropping their worst game jam blog yet to date in old school RuneScape, and the Deadman drama reaching an all-time high with Muhammad going head-to-head against Dino and Reese. The content has been amazing to cover. We cover everything we can, and by the way, I also got married in the weekend just gone, so I'll take a GZ in the chat down below. While you're there, hit the like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate the support. We're giving away 3 inches to throw on everyone's cock that comes by to the kick stream and calls me a dickhead. That's free to follow, free to check it out, and we're live 5 days a week. That's at kick.com/KingCondor. Come by, say hi, call me a dickhead, and fuck off, I've got you covered. Now let's dive into the old school RuneScape update this week, but first I have one question for you all to answer in the comment section down below today. Very simple question: what are you most hyped for about League 6, Blood Moons Rises, and Raids 4? Let me know what you think is worth investing in so I can try flip some sort of manipulating market scheme just to, I guess, stir the pot and stir up a little bit of drama. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News, this is Rune News, and you're watching Rune News. This week's Old School RuneScape update is titled Music System Improvements and Deadman Tweaks. That's not a joke. Yep. Boring. I'll be fair, one of the updates in here is actually kick-ass and something I've been looking forward to for a while, which we saw in the game jam, which was also boring. But let's have a look anyway. We've got the Will It Slide, which if you call it the Game Jam 7, you already know that some music system improvements will landing in this update. Look, they've updated the slider behind us to pretty much do exactly what it fucking does in RuneLite. So shout out to the JMods at Jagex HQ for keeping up to date while getting rid of the API project that they're working on for their new client to focus on HD for some fucking reason, and then doing RuneLite updates anyway. So thank you. For those not using the RuneLite client, today is a big day. For those using RuneLite, we'll move on to area mode. So now there's atmospheric nostalgia packed old school tracks that were tied to perfectly square areas instead of general locations. That meant you could find yourself vibing to the tones of White Wolf Mountain, but take one wrong step into Catherby's map square, and boom, the whole flow gets interrupted. So now it doesn't do that. They're more specific to their areas rather than which tiles that they're on when the music starts to change in-game, which is big for people that listen to in-game music, which sometimes is me. I do like to do it sometimes, especially if YouTube's trying to fucking finger me with my copyright content on live streams, which is done 5 days a week here, by the way. Come by, say hi, call me a dickhead, and fuck off. So this is a little bit of a big move, but I never once have I gone, oh, they got the wrong song here. Oh well, escape and jam to the playlist. So Space Jam is here. We can now make our own playlists in-game, which is big. I think there's 3 playlists you can have. Yes, or music, or up to 3 playlists by the looks of it. You might be able to have more. I have no clue. But you can skip track, replay track, shuffle track. It's basically like having Spotify for your old school RuneScape music library, which is massive. This is fucking huge, big. This was the only thing out of the game jam that I thought was massive. I get my dick hard over this shit. We're definitely having a couple playlists. That way, when YouTube goes finger, we can pull the finger out and sit on this instead and rotate, which is massive. So playlists are here. You can finally put the best tunes together and jam along while absolutely fucking sending it and getting your team killed in Bloat at Theatre of Blood. Great day to be a RuneScape player. Fucking awesome. The music player settings are all available. Just type music player in your RuneScape in-game settings and go through the features from there. Change the colors of everything you want, show the tracks you want, and most importantly, use your fucking head. It's not that hard to figure out. So now we'll move on to the Deadman changes. Now, because Deadman is pretty much dead content, dead game, we're not going to spend too much time on this because, well, it's been 2 weeks. Most people have quit by this point. But the trinket of Fortuity's teleport timer can no longer be bypassed if you place it in your looting bag. Only the 7-second timer teleport will apply if you have the trinket or Fortuity active on you, and the emblem trader will now roam in the multi-area of the rev caves without any issues, so you can hand in your emblems without needing to high arc them. That's big Deadman Annihilation changes. As for permanent Deadman tweaks, these changes don't matter because if you play permanent Deadman mode, well, Deadman's not on, or in general, you're probably a pedophile and you need to be reported to the police immediately. So we'll move on and stop giving freaks any of that attention. Android 32-bit and min spec increase. Why depreciate Android 32-bit? Put it this way, it's 2026, have a decent fucking phone, a decent running computer, a laptop, they're not difficult, get like a Microsoft Surface Pro at the very fucking least, if those things still exist, you'll be fine. Stop fucking around on this ancient wooden PC technology. The game isn't that heavy loading, just fucking, like if you've got a phone, you've got a door, you've got a gym. Common sense. Like, let's not fall behind on technology here and then wonder why, oh, I got hacked and I don't know. Come on, bit of common sense. Behind the scenes improvements to the combat infrastructure. In addition to the above changes, a large portion of this week's update focuses on behind the scenes improvements that players shouldn't notice. Basically, the team has been strengthening the future-proofing the combat infrastructure for major releases like League 6, Blood Moon Rises, and Fractured Archive. This will ensure that combat-heavy updates integrate well with the engine and are implemented smoothly for launch. Basically, there's going to be a lot of flashing lights and shit running around on your live streams, or on your screen, soon when they go live in the game, when content comes out like League 6, Blood Moon Rises, and Fractured Archives. We're going to see some flashing lights. If you have epilepsy, you better strap the fuck in, because you are going to piss your pants mid-fucking raid, and I'll make sure it happens. While you shouldn't be seeing any visible changes in this game update, the foundational work helps ensure the battles ahead are stable and ready for action. Like I said, get a decent running device. It's a worthwhile investment. It always will be. It's not that difficult. RuneScape birthday cake competition was boring and hasn't started yet, so we'll skip over that garbage. Oh shit! I right-clicked accidentally with my mouse. And other changes. Basically, if you have the Slayer task for a specific boss, for example, if you have a Vetion Slayer task, you can enter the Calvarion or Vetion cave without having the achievement diary requirements met, provided it is a Slayer task for that specific boss. Skeleton doesn't work, Vetion or Calvarion can. That you can bypass the requirement diary check, which I think is bullshit. You just shouldn't get that boss available until you have the diary. Although at the same time, I do like that and I think it's totally cool to do. But I will be looking out for people on Slayer tasks and I will be there to fuck you. So good luck, and that's pretty much it. There's a free-to-play Castle Wars Chaos, which sounds absolutely fucking horrible and terrible to do. But LMS is back on Oswald's, which means Daddy's getting racist. That's right, boys. We're back in full fucking force. Boring ass update, but the playlist is pretty dope. So I'm pretty happy with that. Until then, guys, I'll see you all on the live streams, and we got some money to make in a minute actually with Wade Green over the Grand Exchange update, so sit tight and fuck off. This week's update for RuneScape 3 continues to be nothing but utter dog shit, with there being zero hype behind the game. Even though Jagex has decided to get rid of microtransactions, it just cannot hold its flame anymore. It is dying off still. There's no real reason to be playing RuneScape 3 anymore, maybe for the second league, which they're rushing out quite desperately, because all we want to do is play old school RuneScape, and that's because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the biggest rise, we've got the Annihilation Teleport Scroll now. All Dead Man Mode products are going to be on the rise at the moment, and it's a fucking scam. The reason I'm telling you that is because people are going to be buying them up in bulk like fucking Costco. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to sell them for that much. They're going to be buying them up as soon as Dead Man is over and the points are coming in fucking hard. They're going to start plummeting into the fucking brackets of 0 GP. That's right. But then again, the best way to buy these is once they dip, once they've hit the bottom, buy them up, because next Dead Man season, they're going to be worth a fucking shit ton. Again, you can see the trend. You can see it. Now, this is the new Annihilation Teleport animation, but many other Dead Man items have the same trend. It's the same thing with leagues. They'll start off low, and then the season will begin, and they'll go high, and then they'll dip, and then they'll stay low again until next Dead Man. That's why buying those cannons for the leagues is not a bad idea. Now, the biggest loss for this week apparently is the Inquisitor's Hallberg. Now, this might be because of some sort of rumor circulating that Crush will not be used in the latest or upcoming leagues, Raids 4, which is a lot of horseshit. It's price manipulation, it's market manipulation. We don't know what's going to happen until we see some sort of outcome, some sort of poll on what items are going to be, I guess, suggested and pitched during the Raids 4 rewards poll, which will be coming soon. So until we see, then don't go around trying to merge. It's just not worth your fucking time. In fact, I think you should all be investing in Inquisitors and drive that price up so I can actually sell mine for once without losing fucking 2 bill. And now the most expensive mega rare in the game, the Bing Bong Millium Chillium Wing Bong Ting Tang Tilly Tong, is well, kind of plateauing out at 1.6 bill, but that doesn't matter. This is likely to be the first mega rare to max cash. That's right, not including on release. So Raids 4 mega rare will be max cash until it dips. This will be the first one to bounce back and maintain a max cash value. We're just waiting for the right content to come to the game. With the new Vampire questline and Raids 4 coming, we can see the Twisted Bow being a potential front runner to be America's next top model. So if you want to get yourself a Twisted Bow, now is the time, but just don't do a rebuild. The rebuilds are just not worth it anymore. And now the Sawmill vouchers, as predicted, are on the rise and likely to continue rising, because as the sailing progress is starting to unfold, Deadman's coming to an end, Jagex is going to start bringing more sailing content to the game, Rosewood is going to start beginning to get purposes. There'll be new quests, new endgame, new bosses, player-made islands, and even a raid eventually, where having a high-level boat with Rosewood is going to be the play, and bot farms are currently pocketing fucking bills off these Sawmill vouchers, and you can too, but this price won't stay low forever. They're going to continue to rise, of course, and as they rise, your profits will get smaller. So buying them sooner rather than later is the way to make the most amount of cash. We're predicting a maximum of about 7,500 GP eventually, because that's the price of the Rosewood planks to get the fastest gold per hour. Even though it's cheaper on the Lunar Spellbook, it's not as much gold per hour. So keep that in mind. Sawmill vouchers to the fucking moon eventually, boys. We're calling it way green. You heard it here first. Our first Ironman moment for the week goes to the legendary Song Knife, who I haven't seen around in a little while, but he got himself a Twisted Billingdom Bing Bong Billiam Chillium Ting Tong Ting Bang in what appears to be a 4-man raid at 326 KC. So GZ on getting carried over there. Obviously you've done fuck all work, because, well, the carries don't get the T-bows. The most useless cunt in the raid gets a T-bow. That's why I got mine in a fucking solo. Song Knife, congratulations GZ on the Twisted Billington Bing Bong Billiam Chillium. Next up we have Mr. Iron Artemis getting himself the Executioner's Axe piece from, or the axe head from Vardavis, which was 7 KC after getting his altar vestige. So GZ on that, I think it was about 1600 KC. I'm not sure exactly. The screenshots were too big and too many, but congratulations on that juicy, almost back-to-back double drop from Vardavis. And finally, we have the depressing log of El Prawn, giving us 330 KC at Cox with 2 Elder Mauls, 1 butt plug, and no Arcane Prayer Scrolls. So bad luck on that. Arcane Prayer Scrolls, although you do only have 1 dex as well. Actually, that's a clean fucking log. You've only got 1 scroll and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purples. I mean, it's not the worst, but yeah, I'm sure Arcane and T-Bow Sue, I'm praying for you. My name is Ryan, and that is the end of Rune News this week, ladies and gentlemen. Come by to the live streams, because it's really, there's no better place to be on the internet, and I hope I've sold it to you. My name is Ryan. Have a good night. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him, goddamn. Fuck me, look at that boy.